The film begins in a quiet town called Badger in northern Pennsylvania. There's a small family getting ready for dinner, and everything seems peaceful. Suddenly, there's a huge explosion outside their house, which knocks them out. When they wake up, they hear strange noises and start feeling really sick. They struggle to breathe, and each family member starts coughing up blood. Sadly, everyone in the family dies because of these mysterious and deadly effects. After that, the story shifts to a woman named Lauren. She works as an exobiologist and is in her room when she hears news about climate change on the TV. This news deeply affects her and brings back memories from her childhood. Lauren is so bothered by it that she goes to her bathtub with a glass of wine to try and deal with her thoughts. Soon after, the plot takes a different turn when soldiers show up at Lauren's place. They urgently ask her to come to the site of the explosion, stressing that they need her expertise. Even though she's hesitant, Lauren agrees to go with them. When she reaches the explosion site, Colonel Emmerich briefs her and another astrobiologist named David. He explains that the explosion and toxic gas were caused by a meteorite, but strangely, the meteorite has vanished, dissolved into the ground. Colonel Emmerich asks Lauren and David to investigate and share their professional insights. He trusts Lauren's abilities, recognizing her renowned reputation. He believes that if there's any extraterrestrial involvement, Lauren can identify it with her expertise. Lauren and David head to the meteorite crash site. While David doesn't find anything unusual, Lauren notices a small red plant growing from the crater. She's intrigued by it and starts a detailed examination, fascinated by its unique characteristics. When she gets back home, Lauren's curiosity leads her to explore the dark web for information on similar incidents worldwide. She discovers that a similar event happened in Russia, where a meteorite released poisonous gases, causing many deaths. However, the Russian government successfully hid and destroyed information about the alien object. Even with an eyewitness interview, the mystery deepens as the woman who spoke out is found dead days later, adding more intrigue and danger to the unfolding events in the movie. Shortly after, two doctors are shown getting ready for an autopsy on the father from the family who died from the toxic air of the meteorite. As they examine the body, they notice that his skin looks surprisingly normal for a deceased person, and the body lacks the usual stiffness of death. When they make an incision, a strange shiny black liquid comes out, only to be absorbed back into the body. In a shocking twist, the dead man suddenly sits up, causing one of the doctors to run away in terror, while the other tries to communicate with him. The man doesn't respond and stays motionless with his head bowed down. Checking for a pulse reveals none, and his body is strangely cold. This baffles Lauren and the scientists who are watching. The situation gets more intense when everyone's phones start ringing at the same time, indicating that many dead people from the town have mysteriously come back to life in a similar way. The media goes into chaos over these developments, and important figures from various government branches rush to the scene. Doctors try to get responses from the resurrected individuals by showing them pictures of their families and homes. However, these attempts prove unsuccessful. A government official questions why only 49 people have come back to life when the initial death toll was over 1,300. A scientist speculates that only those near the meteorite crash site have been revived. He suggests that they not only breathed in the toxic air but also inhaled particles from the meteorite, transforming their internal organs. In the midst of this discussion, one of the revived dead individuals moves, a phenomenon becoming increasingly common. The scientist points out that all the resurrected individuals seem to be facing a specific direction. Lauren talks about the situation with Emmerich, drawing parallels to a similar incident in Russia. However, Emmerich doubts her claims because she gathered information from the dark web. In a White House meeting, it is revealed that the resurrected individuals show no signs of heartbeat, respiration, or brain activity. Their organs and tissues contain unfamiliar elements and compounds, and their DNA has been fundamentally changed into a different life form, presumably of alien origin. A military general suggests burning the bodies, but Lauren repeats her theory about the Russian cover-up, which is met with skepticism. The president, being cautious about drastic measures, decides against authorizing incineration and instructs scientists to conduct more research to understand these extraordinary events. The story becomes more personal for Lauren, the exobiologist. Overwhelmed by the extraordinary events happening, she turns to alcohol for comfort, drinking heavily in her car. In this vulnerable moment, she has a flashback to her childhood, remembering her father taking her to a secret place and urging her to keep it from everyone, even her mother. This memory, filled with mystery and suspicion, troubles her, and she takes a pill to try and cope. Meanwhile, the attempts to communicate with the revived dead continue, but all efforts are in vain. Lauren becomes increasingly frustrated as she tries to get any reaction from them. In a moment of desperation, she enters the room where the revived individuals are kept and approaches a little girl. Among them, Lauren gives her a book about a distant galaxy, a childhood favorite of hers. She shares a personal story revealing that she didn't cry when her mother died when she was 10, an emotional response she acknowledges as unusual. While talking, Lauren gets a phone call, and as she takes out her phone, the little girl notices the wallpaper, an image of the red plant from the meteorite crash site. To Lauren's surprise, the girl suddenly grabs her arm. This unexpected reaction prompts Lauren to tell Emmerich that the girl responded to the image of the plant. David, another scientist, notices that all the revived dead are facing the crash site, similar to the sacred direction of Mecca for Muslims. The story becomes more complex when news spreads about a massive tree-like structure growing rapidly at the meteorite crash site. In just 2 days, Lauren and David are astonished to find that the small plant is transformed into a gigantic tree. This tree not only changes the soil, but also creates a toxic atmosphere for humans. Convinced that the revived individuals will react to the tree, Lauren persuades Colonel Emmerich to bring one of them to the site. Initially, nothing happens when they place a revived man in front of the tree. However, in a surprising turn, the man takes a breath, opens his eyes, now bright blue, and examines his body as if seeing it for the first time. He reveals that he is an alien and must stay near the tree to survive because the regular Earth environment is incompatible with his existence. This revelation unveils the true nature of the revived individuals and the profound impact of the meteorite, taking the story into new and unknown territory. Lauren takes a significant step by holding a press conference to share her findings. She tells reporters that similar to plants on Earth producing oxygen vital for human life, the alien tree provides life-sustaining elements for extraterrestrial beings. When asked how the aliens reached Earth, Lauren mentions reports of wormholes near their solar system, suggesting a possible interstellar travel road. Back in her home, Lauren gets a message from her therapist expressing a desire to discuss her recurring dreams of flying. During this reflective moment, Lauren's father pays her a visit. During a meeting with her father, Lauren experiences an awkward and emotionally distant interaction. He reminisces about her childhood interest in science, sharing how she once wanted a science lab for her birthday. Despite his efforts to connect, Lauren keeps her distance, leading to his eventual departure. The military contacts Lauren because the alien refuses to talk to anyone else. In a conversation with the alien, she asks about its purpose on Earth. The alien explains that its home planet became uninhabitable, and they sought a new world. Interestingly, the alien mentions receiving detailed information about Earth, including human strengths and weaknesses, from a person known as Supernova 94. Tensions rise when David attempts to take a sample from the tree at the crash site, injuring the alien. The alien insists that Lauren stop them, but she is unable to intervene. When she informs the alien about the military's plan to destroy the tree, the alien reacts aggressively, showcasing its hostile intent and extraordinary powers by controlling David's mind, causing chaos among the soldiers. The chaos escalates into a deadly situation as the soldiers, affected by the alien's abilities, turn against each other. Simultaneously, the military launches an attack on the tree and the alien, but their attempts are thwarted by an invisible force field guarding the tree. Strange and ominous phenomena are reported worldwide, with people hearing unsettling sounds from various natural sources. As Lauren observes global calamities on the news, including dying crops, earthquakes, and terrifying sounds, humanity faces the risk of extinction. In response, the military decides to incinerate the victims, unwilling to take further chances with alien interaction amid this apocalyptic scenario. Despite the imminent danger, Lauren chooses to travel to the town where the meteorite crashed. She visits her childhood home one last time, finding her father sitting alone. Despite the intense situation, Lauren feels an unexpected sense of freedom as she begins her final journey, leaving her past behind. In the movie's intense climax, Lauren reaches the alien tree, noticing its altered appearance, a sign of transformation. The alien explains to Lauren that her presence played a crucial role in triggering these events. He reveals that Lauren was involved in an incident she has no recollection of, unlocking suppressed memories. Lauren's flashback takes her to a secretive journey she made as a child, following her father's instructions to keep their destination a secret. Her father, a senator deeply involved in classified projects related to extraterrestrial life at Area 51, was called in for an alien capture. Young Lauren's curiosity leads her to secretly follow her father into a facility in a flashback. There, she discovers that the alien was trying to plant something on Earth and could fly. Driven by curiosity, she enters the room where the alien's body is stored and touches its pod, initiating a mysterious process that transfers the alien's consciousness into Lauren. Back home, Lauren's exceptional scientific talents emerge. She shares with her school teachers that she's an alien trying to return home, leading to social isolation. Immersed in scientific projects, Lauren builds an advanced radio, sending messages into space and identifying herself as Supernova 94, a name found on her calendar that reveals her true identity. When her mother discovers these communications, she bans Lauren from the shed, causing a strong reaction. Tests reveal Lauren possesses DNA from an unknown species, making her only half-human at present. The alien removes Lauren's helmet, revealing she can now breathe the toxic air. This realization of her true identity and the source of her lifelong struggles brings Lauren to tears. Meanwhile, Lauren's father, overwhelmed by the revelation, mourns the unfolding reality. Globally, strange egg-shaped objects connected to the main tree appear, releasing smoke that transforms the atmosphere to suit the alien species but proves lethal for humans. Facing extinction, the planet undergoes a radical transformation. The movie ends with the alien tree dominating Earth. Lauren, finally embracing her identity, sprouts a wing, symbolizing her connection to the alien race. She acknowledges finding her true home, marking the end of a journey filled with discovery, transformation, and acceptance. If you like this recap, make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notifications.